Leo's Furious 5. Okay.
Should have like strobe effects.
This week's Leo's Furious 5. And remember, these are my opinions. Okay. And
You don't have to like them.
top 5 most wanted films. Top 5 most wanted films to be made. And I'm not talking about films sequels. I'm not talking about films that haven't already been made. It's just that I want made the proper way with the proper respect that they deserve. Okay. Number 5, Dragon Ball Z, the Boo Saga. I want the Boo Saga to be made. I find
you don't care about anything else. You just want the Boo Saga.
The Boo Saga in itself, I think, would make a fantastic film. And if they try to crunch up all the elements from all of the other DBZ stuff that happened, we're just going to end up with one big cluster of like seemingly random events. If they could just focus on the Boo Saga itself, maybe give it a little bit of, prep on the beforehand, but, just to set it up for the big battles with Boo, I think that would make a great action film. I'm looking at a bunch of sweet special effects, but I'm also thinking, there's a lot of desert in that part of the series. I'm thinking something like Fury Road, something in that aesthetic. It's
like just fighting off in the desert.
A bunch of great fight sequences.
That would be good, but I think there would be too many fans wanting the rest of it. They would want the Saiyan saga.
I agree, but you also have to understand, you can't have everything in one single
but they
film.
can go the Lord of the Rings route and do 3 hour long films.
Bring it on. I would be happy with that. Yeah, but if I'm gonna pick a single film to be made, that's the one I would want. Number 5. Number 4, Voltron. Why don't we have a Voltron film? We have two Power Ranger films, for crying out loud. We have more. I do think there was like a kind of cheesy 80s Voltron film made at one point, but it was really not really a film. It was just like a made for TV type of thing, using the same animation that already existed on the 80s cartoon, which was kind of crude by today's standards. I would want to see
CGI Transformer style Voltron.
Think of was it Del Toro who did
Pacific Rim?
Pacific Rim. I want to see Pacific Rim meets Voltron. That's what I want.
That essentially is Voltron, because if you remember correctly, they fought like these huge interdimensional alien beast looking
exactly
things.
So that's what I'm thinking when I'm thinking Voltron at number 4 to be made.
That would be nice, awesome. But I think the problem with it is because of, at the time, and this is kind of jumping back to last week's episode when you were talking about the 80s cartoons.
Yes.
There's a lot of competition when it goes to that theme. Aside from here, we've got Power Rangers, which they also have over there.
I'm not talking about wanting them to for it to have been made at that time. I want them to be made.
That's what I'm saying,
future.
because
I think
all
that
competition that they had.
What competition? It's just Power Rangers.
There's Power Rangers.
And you have Pacific Rim.
There's Ultraman. There's a whole bunch of Japanese stuff. Ultraman. There's a whole bunch of stuff.
Those are
but they're
Asian films. I'm talking about
Voltron,
good old AAA Hollywood blockbuster
Voltron
films.
Theme
No offense, but
is Asian.
Most of the foreign films they're kind of like on a different level. Sorry,
but
guys.
That's what I'm saying. Because of those
effects on foreign films, they just don't quite cut it.
But that's what I'm saying. Because of all the saturation that there is of that theme, it just didn't get that much popularity. If it would have had it, we would have been having Voltron as opposed to Power Rangers, and you would have probably been here with your Furious 5 on, I want to see a Power Ranger movies instead of a Voltron.
No, I don't like Power Rangers. I
don't
care. I don't care about Power Rangers.
But it would be cool to see an awesome Voltron movie.
All right. We're down to number 3. A decent Super Mario Brothers film. A decent. And I'm talking about
You don't like the John Leguizamo one?
Wreck-It Ralph. I'm talking about a Wreck-It Ralph style of film.
CG.
Let me tell you something about Mario Brothers. I don't think it can be done properly. Mario has so many different dimensions to the character, so many kingdoms, so many abilities, so many different reasons why he's mad at Bowser, that it will not work for a film.
Which is why I think live action is not the way to go for a franchise
but still,
like Super Mario.
I think what he's trying to say
but
is...
But if you go the animated route, I think that the writers are clever enough to be able to make it work.
Pixar
And what made me think that it would be possible is Angry Birds. Angry Birds is not a great film.
I haven't seen it yet.
It's not a great film,
okay.
but when you really think about it, for such a simplistic game to be made into a 90-minute film and be halfway decent, that tells me there's something they could do with the Mario lore. It doesn't have to be tick for tack exactly hitting the same beats.
But don't you think that would kind of...
Do the Mario!
What would I say? The way that you see Mario, the way that you not idolize him, but the way you have him engraved into your memories is the way that he is. He doesn't talk. He makes his sounds, but he doesn't talk. Same thing with Link in all the Zelda.
That's why they didn't make him talk on the new Switch.
If you were to make a movie, are you really going to want to see a movie of him just running and he?
No, it would have to be full-fledged, full-on movie.
That's what I'm saying. It's gonna ruin. It's gonna ruin that. Yeah, I mean there is a voice to it, but they has no dialogue.
I'll be honest with you. I think that we've seen enough iterations of or reinventions of Mario to where seeing him take that next step in his evolution is not that out of the question. To be, if you really want to look at it,
but let me give you a great example.
He started off as Jumpman. I'm gonna give you like 4 examples. He started off as Jumpman. He didn't even have the Mario name yet. He started off as Jumpman. Then they did the Mario Bros. Arcade.
Yeah,
that was his first full-on game. Then he made the slight jump to Nintendo. That was just not a reinvention of it. It was just a continuation of it.
Right.
But then in Super Nintendo, they kind of reinvented him again with Yoshi, and he had a few more elements to it.
Copyright.
The big transformation came next, where he actually received a voice in Super Mario 64. Yeah. That was like the next step. And ever since then, we have had a lot of gameplay advances, but in terms of characters, he hasn't been reinvented yet again. They just haven't found that right platform to take Mario into that next step. I truly think that Mario is one of those few characters worldwide that can be that Mickey Mouse for the next generation.
That's what I was gonna tell you.
Mickey Mouse does have a voice.
Mickey Mouse doesn't have a great movie either.
He does have various short what do they call it? Short films,
but not a movie.
And I think that Mario, he could take that step. I think he has the ability to get something like that done. And so Mario, I want to see that movie done. Something like Wreck-It Ralph style.
Wahoo!
I think would be great.
Uncle Nintendo demands.
Nintendo
add that to the list.
Has
of
a
demands.
deal right now going on with Universal, was it?
Yeah,
for their theme park.
Land.
And I mean, if they're already kind of getting into it with Universal might be saying like, hey, how about a film? Who knows?
But you know what?
It could happen.
I think they got that deal going because it comes into play with the movie Ready Player One that they're producing.
Right.
So Nintendo's response to them, like, we'll let you use our products if you build us a team land. And I think
Nintendo
that was part of it.
has been pretty friendly with allowing their products be used as long as they're used the right way. After the debacle that was the Super Mario film.
Debacle.
Because if you look at Wreck-It Ralph, they do have some of their properties in there. And they did a pretty decent job with them.
Isn't there a part 2 coming out?
I think
yes,
there is.
yes.
It's in the works. Yes. It's in the works.
That was one of my favorite movies, actually. I love Wreck-It Ralph.
And again, keep in mind
my list.
A list. This list of movies that need to be done the right way with the proper respect. He-Man, Masters of the Universe.
Dude, I was gonna tell you, it's official. I forgot to tell you, it's done. It's already slated for production. They're going in.
Yes. What has it been? Like 10 years in pre-production?
10 years, yes.
There we go. Finally.
They have a director and they have a set schedule to get pre-production.
Against hope that they'll give it the proper respect.
So there you go, buddy.
That deserves.
You got one of your demands met.
One demand met. That's right.
Look, all I know, Masters of the Universe. Dolph Lundgren has like 4 masters. All right, this guy's smart. He's like an engineer.
He's a scientist.
Masters of the universe, right there. No, have they said anything about
that? Bill Nye, the science guy. Yeah, right. You got right. I got more science than you do, bro.
Have they said anything about who they're looking at as far as?
Well, it's pre-production. Like they're gonna start casting. They're gonna start looking at people.
Rick, you have no idea. Francisco and I have been like excited about this potential
2003.
film.
Oh no, I would love to see a good He-Man film. When I saw it, I think last year, the Dolph Lundgren one.
Oh, that one's too good. I don't care what people say.
It was fun. It was fun. I liked it.
I haven't seen that since I was a little kid. I'll be honest.
Not He-Man.
It has nothing to do with
when I was a little
kid.
Yeah, even when I was a little kid, I was like, "What's this have to do with a cartoon?" Yep. Nothing.
But it's
absolutely nothing. So that's what I mean by they need to give these franchises the proper respect that they deserve.
All I know is that was a good-looking Skeletor for his makeup
and all that
at that time.
For that time,
and the voice, yeah.
And last but not least, I want a Legend of Zelda movie done the right way. I want it to be done properly.
Yes.
And at this point, I think they have enough in their lore to where they could probably get that done. You know what I mean? Where they can have somebody. I think of Chris Pratt as Link for some reason, and I don't know. I think it could be done. Like Peter Jackson directing this Zelda film.
Chris Pratt though, that's like
he has to be like a.
He's got to be a serious guy.
I don't know.
Oh no! You know what? No. Not Chris Pratt. Lord of the Rings guy, the guy that looks eternally young.
Legolas.
Frodo, yeah, not Legolas. Legolas would have been perfect back then. I bet he looks kind of old now. But the other guy,
Johnny Depp,
he's like eternally young looking.
What's his name? Elijah Wood.
Elijah Wood, that's right. So I think he would make a great Link. Zelda, I think there's a great multitude of actresses that could play Zelda. I personally would like to see
Natalie Portman.
Emma Thompson as
no.
Isn't she like too old for that role?
No, she's got a youthful looking appearance. Mm-hmm. I think she would be okay.
Okay.
As far as physically, all I'm seeing here is, I mean, I know this is not the movie.
This is a fan film, what you're looking at, but it just kind of gives
looking
you
at this
idea.
And trying to envision like a proper Zelda movie. I'm just seeing like Game of Thrones with Nintendo cartoon all over
without all the nudity.
With all that, yeah. But no, it would be cool. It would be cool to have a good film, but again, the same thing. 3 different timelines. I don't know how many different games. How would they put that into a movie?
No, Rick, you're not even. See what I have to deal with here, Leo. Rick, every Zelda game is its own story.
That's the whole point.
And
which one would they pick?
No, it's not about picking a film. You make a film using the characters.
Yes, mm-hmm.
Like you make like another sequel. Let's look at it that way.
That's
where you make up your own story too.
Familiar. That's the whole point.
That's the beauty of Zelda. It doesn't have to be like one of the games.
I don't know.
And
it can
the
follow
games
its original storyline.
Are not okay. There's a timeline, like you say. They have said there's a timeline. But even when you're referencing all the other games, when you're playing a certain game, then you say like, "There's the legend of a certain dude."
Yeah, but that's a video game. That it's something separate. When you see a movie, you want it to relate to what you experienced. You're gonna want to imagine you're playing Majora's Mask, Ocarina of Time, Wind Waker. No. You're gonna want to relate it to one of those titles. No. So to see, I don't know. At least to me, same thing happens with Transformers. Same thing happens with G.I. Joe. Same thing happens with all these movies. It feels like no.
You're bringing the Mexican out of me now. I'm going to tell you something really, really clear that will make more sense to you. This Breath of the Wild game that we were talking about last week. Nintendo just put the hammer down on them. He's no longer allowed to use the Zelda game, but he's going to keep going with it. And people will still play it, even though it's not Link or Zelda related. That's what we mean.
Yeah, it's just something that's going to look a lot like it. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So yeah, those are my top 5 films that I want to see done. Number 5, Dragon Ball Z Buu Saga. Number 4, Voltron.
Voltron.
Number 3, Super Mario. Number 2, He-Man Masters of the Universe. And number 1, The Legend of Zelda.
Thundercats would be actually a pretty
that's
cool movie.
what I would love to see. You know what? Yeah. I should have put Thundercats in there somewhere. I should have.
Willie Ray's. Which one? Willie Ray's.
Which one would I replace? I think I would put Thundercats at.
We'll make it an honorable mention.
I would put it at number 2.
Oh.
I would put it at number 2. I don't know.
I would take out Voltron.
I don't know why I didn't even think about Thundercats.
I would take out Boo Saga and put in Voltron. I mean, what the heck, why am I stuck on Voltron? Thundercats. Dang.
Thundercats.
If you like what you saw, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.
Also visit us at daddysgametime.com. Or you can check us out at Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, and Instagram. All at keyword Daddy's Game Time.
Don't forget our t-shirts and merchandise at daddysgametime.com/merchandise, where you can find designs inspired by pop culture, movies, and video games. Designed by Leo and yours truly.
All your support is appreciated.